Alright, continuing the series on who is the best player of each round of tournaments. We reach the semifinals. Who is best at clinching that finals berth? Who, when it's all within reach, who goes out and grabs it? Win this, you're in the finals. Pretty big deal. Doc Evil continues to be the only player never to be defeated in any round so far. And other than that, let's not spoil anything. And we'll talk about the honorable mentions in the top 5. Very few pro players have greater than 50% records in the semifinals. One thing to think about is not just like, 4 people make the semifinals every time, and obviously 2 of them lose and 2 of them win, right? It's evenly split between wins and losses, but suddenly there's just so few players that they're mostly playing each other, right? And so it's really hard to be over 50% because all these people are primarily against each other. MC, so being over 50%, great achievement. MC is 4-3. Broccoli, Kaus, and Scythe are 2-1. That's already really good. Great Sephiroth and Nightwish are each 4-2. Kamikaze and Sujiro, as they often are exactly tied on 3-1. As is Akiyama. Akiyama could move to 4-1, which might get him into the top 5. We'll see, depending on his results in Triad Wars 14. This one has not yet happened. He is going to be playing either Sir Smokes or Seto. Should he win, he presumably makes the top 5. Should he lose, he drops into the better than 50%. This is really impressive, but not one of the best semifinal records ever territory. Either way, really good shape and potential to move up. Kazik and Ulti are both undefeated at 2-0, but I thought there were more impressive records for our top 5. We have Slash of Time at 4-1, so we can see that, I guess was the top 6. So we can see that Akiyama will make it if he wins in his semifinals in Triad Wars 14. Maybe that deserves to be better than my 7-2. I think that's close. Expecting 3-1 though in the semis is really hard. Doc Evil and Metis both 100% in the semifinals, 3-0. You could argue could be higher, right? They'd have to go 5-2 to match Seto. That's tough, but, Doc Evil at least, maybe you think it's a given. I don't know. You could order those either which way. Obviously, Seto should be ahead of me and should be ahead of Slash. They have the same win rate, and if you do it twice as long, that's much more impressive. So Seto certainly should be ahead of myself and Slash. And I think should be ahead of Doc Evil and Metis as well here. But our winner is, by a decent margin, I believe, Yojimbo, 11-1, beating out second place's 8-2. That's just fantastic record. One of the there's a lot of numbers you can go find about Yojimbo that are pretty damn impressive, but this is I think this is a standout. If Yojimbo can reach the finals, Yojimbo will be in the finals. Should have looked up who's the only person to have beat him in a semis. I wonder when that happened. It must have happened early because I think it's Chickeny. I think Chickeny beat him in a TTAC semifinals. I think that's right. I want to say TTAC 9. You can look that up. I think Chickeny TTAC 9 beats Yojimbo, loses to Broccoli. That's my pick. Anyways, fantastic semifinals record. We move on to the last one. If you've watched some of my past videos, you may have a suspicion of where this is going. But this is our God of the Finals. The biggest one, of course. Whoever wins this, clinches the tournament. We're not going to answer any of the standard questions yet, but we will say Doc Evil has actually lost in a finals. This is the first and only time Doc Evil has ever lost. I think it is arguably the biggest upset of all time, because pretty much anyone beating Doc Evil would be the biggest upset of all time. Huge congrats to Beast Day, really one of the kind of incredible feats of Triple Triad history. Honorable mentions. If you're 1-0 in the finals, that's impressive, but also, I don't credit people who only make one of something in this kind of thing. I need a sample of at least 2. So who has made multiple finals and has a winning record? Doc Evil and Kamikaze are each 2-1. Seto is 4-3. Again, you might think 2-1 is a better win rate, but making 7 finals is worth so much more than making 3 and still having a winning rate in them. Now, Seto has actually made fewer single-player finals than that looks like, but has played extra games because he's been in so many three-way finals. In three-way finals, I count you as having played both games. Yojimbo 6-5. I think that's better still. Again, you want to be in more finals, and the more finals you can maintain a winning record for, the better. And given that he has a winning record still over 11 finals, that probably deserves to be top 5, but I think there's some good ones. Great Sephiroth, 3-1, our first player with 2 more finals wins than losses. Also has good claim to be top 5. But I think I was pretty happy with my top 5 here. We have Broccoli, Cookie, Koner, and Turds at 2-0. 2-0 has to be better than 3-1, right? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. I just, it's so hard for me to pick against 100%, and you've both won 2 more than you've lost, and like one of you's 100%. Yeah, I think I feel good about that, but Great Sephiroth can claim to be robbed. I'm 6-2, but that is not close to winning the category, because Delial is 5-0. And notably, this doesn't even include Team Rhino as our closed tournaments, which would move him to 7-0. Delial is by far the best finals player the site has seen, and it is the most important thing to have been really good at. So, per usual, huge congrats to Deli. I tried to rob him as many lists as I could, but obviously, Deli is god of the finals, and we all bow down to him. And I've probably said this before, but probably not in a video. I really wanted Delial to beat Seto and Nephilim because I root for my friends. I also felt I had a much better chance of winning the tournament if Seto won. Not really because of the finals thing, more because I think Delial is my most difficult opponent on the site, and I'm not sure always has been. I think that'd probably be unfair to Yojimbo to say always has been, but I think usually has been. And any time I don't have to play him is a time when my odds improve. And he has been so tremendous in the finals that sort of was in my head too. So congrats to Deli, god of the finals. Our dream players for each round. In round 1, we have Gambit, possibly about to be supplanted by Piggyman. In round 2, we have Bren, looks pretty secure. In round 3-4, we have myself. I grab those icons. That's what I do. In the quarterfinals, we have Great Sephiroth. In the semifinals, we have Yojimbo. And our best finals player is Delial. I think that's a pretty fun list. We did get a lot of big names in there, but we got some medium names in there too, and I'm really pleased with that. And those are my picks for the best player of every round of official tournaments.